Debate over the schedule for elections intensifying, especially after the proposal of CPN Maoist Senate Chairperson Pushpakamal Dahal to hold the federal elections by mid of May by delaying local elections. Ruling coalition partners Nepali Congress appear to be in a state of confusion. Good morning, I am Praram Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. An alarming resurgence of coronavirus reported with 8,212 new cases confirmed through RT-PCR tests, while 16 people succumbed to the virus. Government tightens restrictions. The ruling alliance starts discussions regarding hosting polls of the three tiers of the government simultaneously in December, in a mindset to overrule Election Commission directive. At least 7 people killed in a bomb blast on a minibus in the western Afghan city of Herat. In addition to security concerns, economy remains dire in the country. And English Premier League leaders Manchester City held by Southampton. Manchester United edged past West Ham United 1-0. Chelsea host Tottenham tonight. An alarming resurgence of coronavirus cases is being reported across the country, with 8,212 new cases confirmed yesterday through RT-PCR tests, while 16 people succumbed to the virus. Likewise, 2,042 tested positive through antigen tests. Now, according to the Ministry of Health and Population, the death toll has climbed to 11,651, with 16 more fatalities yesterday. The infection rate was 47.3% on Friday, while it jumped to 56.7% yesterday as 8,212 individuals contracted COVID-19 out of the 14,462 samples tested through the RT-PCR method. Likewise, out of 5,725 antigen tests conducted, 2,042 returned positive. Kathmandu Valley alone reported a chunk of 5,306 new cases of COVID-19. A total of 210 corona patients are receiving treatment at the intensive care units, while 37 are on ventilator support. A total of 708 individuals were discharged after recovery, while the active coronavirus cases have now rocketed to 72,862. The government has tightened health protocols as a preventive measure against the spreading of coronavirus. However, in the face of lack of monitoring, the government directives have been openly flouted. The directive to make vaccination card mandatory for service seekers at government offices and other public places has not been implemented. In the face of the rising corona graph, the district administration in the Kathmandu Valley had directed departmental stores and malls not to let over 20 customers at one time. People also seem more cautious with the advent of the third wave, as public transport do not look overcrowded and most of the passengers donning face masks. However, there still are people who look more than reluctant to follow the health protocols. The government, meanwhile, has made the vaccination card mandatory to enter government offices, hotels, stadiums, airport and parks, among other public places. The ruling alliance has started discussions regarding holding the election of the three tiers of the government simultaneously in December. The ruling alliance has ignored the Election Commission's proposed dates for the local polls in mid of May. The parties are trying to move a bill in the parliament to amend the Local Election Act. The ruling coalition leaders, who have initiated dialogues to hold the elections in all levels simultaneously, are trying to amend the Local Election Act. The alliance would violate Local Election Act if the local polls are not held within a span of 5 years, as the deadline expires in 6 months. The ruling alliance is aiming to hold local, federal and provincial elections simultaneously. The move by the coalition partners appears to be fueled by the financial aspect as well. Discussions to bring forward the federal elections intensified within the ruling alliance following the Election Commission's proposal to hold the local polls in April. However, the decision met widespread criticism. The main opposition, CPN-UML, claims that holding elections in all levels simultaneously would be against the Constitution and the Election Act. According to the Supreme Court, the term of the House of Representatives lasts for 5 years. Amid this situation, holding elections in all three tiers simultaneously is illegitimate. The political parties' move to create favorable atmosphere to ensure their win in the elections has invited such a political crisis. The parties, however, are required to proceed with the elections by following the constitutional norms and the Election Act. In our Public Voice segment, yesterday we asked the local residents of several provinces regarding their take on the ruling alliance's preparation to conduct the elections of all three tiers simultaneously. Before we go for a short break, let us take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
चुनाव चाहिँ वास्तवमा विधि अनुसारै गर्नुपर्छ।
स्थानीय तहको निर्वाचन पहिले र पछि दुई तहको निर्वाचन चाहिँ एकपटक गर्दा उत्तम देखिन्छ।
जनप्रतिनिधि आवश्यक चाहिने पर्ने भएको हुनाले स्थानीय तहलाई बढी प्राथमिकता दिनुपर्छ।
कार्यकर्ताको पनि समय बचत हुने कारणले एकैचोटी गर्दाखेरि धेरै राम्रो हुन्छ।
पहिला स्थानीय चुनाव गर्नु पर्यो।
गलत हो सरकारको निर्णय। सरकारले पहिला स्थानीय तहको चुनावको ग्राह्यता दिनुपर्छ।
The weather has been foggy in the Kathmandu Valley this morning. It has been learned that early morning flights in and out of the Tribhuvan International Airport were affected because of the poor visibility. A thick fog has resulted in low visibility and dip in mercury in the valley districts this morning. According to the Meteorological Forecasting Division, the weather is likely to remain generally to mostly cloudy throughout the country. Likewise, light to moderate rainfall with thunder and lightning is likely to occur at some places of Lumini, Karnali and Sudur Paschim among other parts of the country. The Met Division has said that there are possibilities of light to moderate snowfall at some places of the high mountainous region as well. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why has the investigation on artifacts of archaeological importance not been effective? Your options are A, lack of skilled manpower, B, archaeological department's negligence, and C, no research center. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. So that is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.